You know what? We're out of time because the show has to start now. It's just me. Arthur's sick. Um, totally feel like without Annette, I feel like I'm talking to the void right now. But that's okay. You're in the void. I'm sorry for that, but that's where you are, at least from my perspective. So let's go live with the show. Let's do it. Okay. There we go.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show to support small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
That's right. We are live with COVID Marketing episode number 118, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. If you have questions on marketing or business or whatever, you let us know in the comments wherever you find folk are seeing this. I'm Brent Kobayashi, president of Kobayashi Zeitguys, a marketing agency here in Toronto, Canada. And with me is not Arthur Tutt. Here, I'll do Arthur's stuff. Arthur has different shades than me, so I am now Arthur. So if you like what you see, share this with the show with your friends and do the subscribe and click the bell and the notify buttons wherever you find folk are seeing this. Holy cow, this is listen, all of you out there who do shows and live videos and all that kind of stuff solo, hats off to you, because this really feels uncomfortable a little, even though I've been doing this a lot. This is episode 118. But when there's not somebody to talk to directly in front of you, strange energies. Okay, so now this is actually just me and you. So if you would like to say hi, please do it in the chat, because would love to hear from you. But today is actually one of my most exciting episodes I've been most excited about in recent history, because it's talking about the tools that we use, the productivity tools that we love to use. And so this is where I like to geek out. There's some really cool stuff that we do. Unfortunately, Arthur's not going to do his stuff, and I'm not going to do his stuff because I won't do it justice. But there's a few things that we use that we find super valuable. So let's just freaking jump right into it. So to start off with, I am going to share my screen, and we're going to get into like mail merging. Like, yes, actual mail merging. Mail merging was a thing you used to do way back when. I guess you can still you still do it now. When you would take something, when you would decide, you know what, I have to send a letter via the post office to 500 people, and you would take an Excel spreadsheet and you would take a Word document and you would mail merge it, and you would create all of your labels for your envelopes, or you would print them onto the envelopes, like 500 at a time, so that it would be super easy rather than you have to handwrite or type on each individual one and create it. So you could just work off of a database, or it could be like an Excel spreadsheet. Now, the neat trick is you can actually do this for email. So you can take an email that you've composed and an Excel spreadsheet that has a whole list of all your clients, and you could connect the two and send emails to everybody. And it's a really brilliant way to personalize a message to many people at once. So to give you a little bit of background, so first I'm going to stop for a moment. Thank you, David. Thank you, Patricia, for saying hi and knowing that you're out there. I really appreciate that. So to give you some background on what we were doing, we had our giveaway the entire agency day a few months back. And to announce it to our clients that we were giving away our agency, we sent a standard email blast using MailChimp in our case to like 2,000 people. Cool, right? And what I wanted to do was also to say, hey, for these specific clients, we really want to connect with them. So I wanted to send them a personal message. an email message to, and there's like about 30 or 40 of them. Now I can do this in two ways. I can now copy and paste and type and send and copy and paste and type and send and copy and paste and type and send, or I could do what I'm about to show you. So it's really freaking amazing. It gets the personal touch, but it also gets you the automation of mail merge from back in the day. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And yes, we're going to share screens. You're going to get to see all of this stuff that's behind the scenes. And we're going to start with this Excel spreadsheet. So this is our client list put into an Excel spreadsheet. It's a dump from our system, our main contact system. And I've blacked out our clients, just, whatever, privacy or whatever it is. So this is, it's a bit of a messy spreadsheet, so you get to see a little bit behind the scenes, but I've added 3 people up here. So Arthur, awesome. Brent, awesome. Morgan, awesome. I put our email address in there, and then I'm just going to go over here a little bit to show you a few things. They'll make sense as we step through this. So in other words, this is the list of people that I want to send a personal message to, but I don't want to waste my time. I want to be efficient about this. Still want to be personal, but still want to be fast, right? Because we've got lots of stuff to do. So what I did in this particular one is I actually added an agency day rank. So in other words, I went through all of these people. I said, who are the ones from top to bottom that we really, 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 really want to connect with for whatever reason? It could be, we want to strengthen the relationship because there's a lot of potential with them. It could be they've been with us a long time. It could be, we feel that we could really help in this pandemic. This is where in this pandemic, this is where this agency giveaway, the agency day idea came from. So we think that this person really could use some help. Love them. Let's make sure we do a personal reach out to them. Or it could simply be that I actually had that personal relationship with and wasn't, who are you? I ordered hosting from you 5 years ago. We've never spoken type thing. So I put in a rank. And the reason why I have this rank in here is because we used it to say, who out of this list do I actually want to send this to? So when you create your mail merge, you can actually do filters on your mail merge and just say only send to these people. And today we're only going to be sending to, we're going past 11. That's how awesome this is. We're going to rank 12. Okay, so never mind comments, never mind all of this type of stuff. All the way past over here, you can see we have a whole bunch of notes that we fill in here. I have put in some personal messages. So this is where you get personal. What do I want to say to each person in this message that I'm going to send to you? Now, we're going to stop from here and we're going to jump over to my Microsoft Word document, which is where you actually compose the email that you're going to do. So just jump over here. Oh, actually, let's open up our Agency Day personal invites. I'll get to what that was in a moment. We don't have to worry about that. So here is the message. So it's a standard Word document, not a big deal. And, hi, how are things going? I kind of compose this as I'm writing this, and I'm saying, well, this is where I might want to insert something personal. Don't worry about personal message 1. I'll show you about that in a moment. And down here is the email blast that we sent out. So I'm just it's as if I'm forwarding the email blast. So there's all sorts of details here about what this is all about, but I'm sort of adding something special from myself. Now, I will say, as much as we're going to get into it to a certain degree here, we're not, if you want more like step-by-step details on this, what I would love you to do is let us know in our private Facebook group. So if you're not part of our private Facebook group, go to facebook.com/groups/kill-the-guru. That's where we do this. And I can record a fully in-depth video about this. This is going to be more of a high-level overview. That's the intention. So I created this email blast. It could be more than this, it could be less than this. You can put images, you could do all sorts of stuff with this. And so what I want to do now is I want to put, hey, how's it going? I want to write a personal message. So I'm going to switch over to here. So personal message 1. So I'm going to just do something like, wow, it's been a long time since we've connected, right? That's going to go for Arthur. For myself, for Brent, how's it going? Remember, I actually already did the how are things going. Love what you were doing online with your show last week. So you can see that I'm now getting this a little bit more connection to say, yeah, this is really coming from me. I've thought about it. It's not the, hey there, first name, da, 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 right? We're actually making this personal, right? So I would do this. I would say, okay, that's my personal message 1. I would flip back here. I would continue to write this. And then you'll say, oh, you know what? I want to add something else, maybe around here. This would be a nice little touch. And I usually go back and forth between these two things, figuring out how many personal messages I want and where do I want to put them. I'm not necessarily going to say a personal message for all 3. In this particular case, I put 3 spots for personal messages. I'm not going to necessarily use all 3 for everybody, but these are the places that I might want to put them in. So let's flip back over to Excel. And I'm just going to go down here and show you a few of these things, right? So personal message 1 wasn't used very often. Here it was. And it's like, I see Vivian has signed up for our giveaway the agency date. That's excellent. That's the only thing I wanted to put in there. This one, I wanted to say, congrats on your new website. That's what goes in there. But for these other people, it didn't make sense to say anything other than, hi, how's it going? Right? Going back to Word. Oh, hi, how are things? Right? That was generic mostly for everybody. I didn't need to have a message in spot number 1 for a lot of people. For this particular client, I want to say, you've been a client for a long time. I super appreciate that. We want to help. That makes sense for some of them, but it doesn't make sense for people that just started being a client this year. So I didn't want to include that personal message for everybody down here. Seriously, check out what I was like, seriously, check out what we're up to. And then I wanted for some people, hi, you've been a client for a long time. So I was like, I want to put something in there. So that's this personal message too. If we scroll down, we really appreciate the work we've gotten to do with you. I repeated a few times, mentioned, their name sometimes. We really appreciate what we've gotten to do with you. I'm kind of giving away a few clients there, but that's cool. And then personal message 3 was maybe some more specifics about, I think any of the opportunities audits are, would be really great for you. I'm thinking track page views and conversions part of our agency day would be fantastic for you. I'm thinking these different things. So what I wanted to do with the 3rd spot down here was, here are all the details below, but for you, I'm thinking we want to look at, a Facebook lead gen campaign. I think it would be really fantastic for you, and why I think that. So you can see that this is turning into a much more connected personal message. However, I'm not sitting there having to do each one individually. I'm bulk doing this all at once, thinking about each person all at once. And in fact, in many cases, repeating myself many times, because it makes sense to repeat myself, but only sometimes, which is why we're doing it this way. So once we've done all this personal message, so let's see. You really, I'm going to just put down here, really appreciate you, and let's do this. Okay, so we'll just put a few things in there. Now, here's where I'm just going to finish this off to show you how freaking awesome this is. And that is, I'm going to jump over to here. I didn't want to actually really show you how to do this. I just wanted you to know that this could be done. And again, jump to our Facebook group to get a full step-by-step. But just to let you know what's going on here, when you go over to mailings in Microsoft Word, you can select the spreadsheet that you want to use it from. You can then do this thing that we call edit the recipient list. Actually, I'll do that now because this is super cool. I can add a filter. My ad rank is equal to 12. So I just want to send this message out to people that my, not ad rank, agency day rank is equal to 12. This is where I'm personalizing the message for. And so this is only going to go to these 3 people, even though we have that full list of clients over the other one. And then we do things like once it's connected to that spreadsheet, you insert merge fields. And these are here. Let me just delete this here for now, just so you can see what happens. So if I click on insert merge field, then I can choose first name, choose any of the fields. Those are all the rows that go across the top in that spreadsheet. If we scroll down here, that's where you see here the personal message 1, personal message 2. So I'm just going to insert first name here. I had done the same already with this personal message 1. I'll just delete it here so you can see what happens. Insert merge field, go down here, personal message 1, and same thing here with personal message 2. You get the sense of what's going on here, right? So all of that type of stuff is happening. Once you've done that, then you're sitting there and you're going, all right, I'm ready to go. So I can actually click on here to preview the results. So I click on preview and you saw all this change. Person's name, this personal message here has been added to it. Personal message 3 has been added to it. Or sorry, this is personal message 2 added to it. So you can see that this is now getting automated. We're now merging. The last thing here is we're going to finish, we're going to merge, and we're going to send email messages. We don't want to print. This is the digital world. So I'm going to click send email messages. Who's it going to? The email address. That's one of the fields that was in the sheet that we were using, the database that we were using. And say, agency day giveaway, or sorry, giving away all the stuff here. And we are going to, in this case, send all records, but remember, we've already got that filter on. You could send individuals, you could send from 1 to 2 or 1 to 10 out of the ones that you've actually done. But with the filter, we're sending all of the ones that have already been filtered. So we're not actually sending to the entire group. If I click on OK, boom, 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 and I'm just going to pop over here to my outbox in email, and there you go. And it just fills right up with all of the messages like that. So that's how you use an ancient technology to add some extra connection into your life, into your communications, once you've got that larger email list. All right. And it's 11:30. That's all this was going to be about. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. There were other tools that we use that we really wanted to get into, but this tells me that, maybe we're going to do one at a time. Actually, there's one, we're going to do like a part 2, this time with Arthur. And so, okay, so now, sorry, I'm reading comments. One great question from Patricia, and I'll answer it here. Do you add any action box in the personal emails you send? So the answer is yeah. Like it depends what the personal email's about. In this particular case, I didn't add a lot of call to action stuff like, here, click here to subscribe or click here to do this. But you can, it's Microsoft Word. You can literally, the original email blast, I had just literally copied and pasted into there, and it just looks like a regular email blast with all the design and everything that we had done. And I put that at the bottom. I said, check it out at the bottom. Our calls, actually, let me share a screen quickly. Sorry, Morgan. I know I'm jumping back and forth a little bit. Let me share screen very quickly. So in this invite, if we scroll down, we're giving away the agency, hey, we're reaching out to you. We had these call to action, learn more. This is what's about. Space is limited. Book now. So yeah, absolutely. You can add all of this kind of stuff. This is just regular standard HTML. It was put into MailChimp. And then once I had received a copy of it, I had copied and pasted it in here. I recognize that I probably should just remove hi, right? But I was just forwarding it to them. So I'm going to stop that there. So yeah, absolutely. Add action boxes, add whatever you want in there. If it makes sense for you, like it might not, it depends, right? This is supposed to be a personal connection. So don't turn it into an email blast. Turn it into, mine was a little bit more salesy. It can be a lot more just text, right? Because you're saying, hey, how's it going? In fact, there is one really cool thing that I've seen done in the past, which is turning your email blast into looking not like an email newsletter with formatting and pictures and all that kind of stuff, and it looks really wonderful, but just into a straight, as if I wrote an email to you, just text. And hey, how's it going? And I think this is really important. And I'd really love it to know if you want to sign up here. And by the way, this is the link. Nothing more than that. And because, branding and marketing is very often all about opposites. If everybody's sending very rich graphically things and all that type of stuff, yours will cut through the clutter if you're like, hey, how's it going? This is what's happening. You don't need all the extra stuff. Okay, jeez, wow. So interesting doing this without you here, Arthur. I'm just saying I love you and I miss you. But I do appreciate everybody who joined in to watch this. And now let's go into the outro. Morgan. Oh. On Friday's show, we have Leona coming back for Kill the Guru, which I think was supposed to be. So anyways, yeah, she's going to come back. Thank you for joining us to talk about marketing and business productivity tools. And if you would like to know more about this, again, a reminder, join us in our Facebook group, our private Facebook group, and let me know that you actually want to know more about this, more step-by-step detail, and I'll go into it fully step-by-step just for you. We'll air that in that private Facebook group. So again, that is at facebook.com/groups/killtheguru. All right, let's do the outro, Morgan. Okay. Oh, I'm doing the outro. No problem.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show to support small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
Here we go.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show to support small business.
My apologies. Morgan's doing the outro, but you have to share your audio. No, you have to share. Can you share? Oh, I have to stop sharing. I am a mess without you, Arthur. Really? Come on back, please. Get better soon. Okay, go for it, Arthur. Go for it, Morgan. I'm ready. Let's do it. There we go. Our snazzy outro.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show to support small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching and joining me. I really, really appreciate it. Feeling kind of all alone here, but I know I'm not alone because you're out there. And we've got this fancy new outro, which I have not seen yet. So it's a new thing we've added. Morgan, who's running our OBS behind the scenes, is always actually leveling up the show. And so thank you so much for joining us. And Arthur.